You won't believe what happened to Jinanga after Moureen Ngigi's dramatic breakup with the Commentator. The internet is exploding with accusations of betrayal, and the truth behind their friendship will shock you. What we discovered about Jinanga's mysterious disappearance is going to leave you speechless, with very many people asking, Moureen Ngigi was there for Jinanga. Why is Jinanga not involving herself after the breakup chaos? Well, I'm sure by now all of you have seen the wild rumor going on around, with people questioning the close friendship connection between Jinanga and Commentator has been stirring a lot of accusation.
No, God!
Lord Jesus.
Buckle up, because today we are diving deep into one of the most explosive friendship scandals to rock the Kenyan content creation scene. We're talking about loyalty, betrayal, and the heartbreaking silence that has fans questioning everything they thought they knew about Jinanga and Moureen Ngigi's friendship. The internet is on fire with one burning question: where is Jinanga when Moureen Ngigi needs her the most? And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to understand why fans are calling this ultimate friendship betrayal of 2025. But first, let's set the stage for the dramatic tale that has everyone talking. Remember, Vinny Flava had accused Commentator and Moureen Ngigi of trying so hard to make sure that he and Jinanga were broken up. But is there more twist to the tale that nobody is really talking about? To understand the magnitude of this betrayal, we need to go back to where it all began. Jinanga and Moureen Ngigi are not just casual acquaintances. They were the definition of ride or die friendship goals in the Kenyan YouTube space. These two powerhouse content creators built their careers alongside each other, supporting one another through thick and thin. Their friendship was so solid that fans would oftenly comment about how lucky they were to have each other in such a competitive industry. But here is where it gets even more interesting, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around because what happened next will blow your mind. When Jinanga was going through her own relationship turmoil earlier on this year, Moureen Ngigi was right there beside her. Let me paint you the picture of just how supportive Moureen Ngigi was during Jinanga's darkest moments. Back in June 2025, the YouTube couple world was rocked with the Jinanga and Vinny Flava announced their separation after being together for very many years. This wasn't just any breakup, this was the kind of heartbreak that had fans crying in the comments. Jinanga was absolutely devastated. She was broken, vulnerable, and needed the support she could get. And guess who was the first person to show up at her doorstep? Moureen Ngigi. Moureen Ngigi didn't just offer hollow words of comfort. She went above and beyond. She was posting supportive messages on her Instagram stories, appearing in Jinanga's content to show solidarity, and even helping her navigate the brutal comments from trolls who were celebrating her breakup. But that is not all. Wait until you see what happened next. Moureen Ngigi was practically living with Jinanga during those dark weeks, making sure she ate, helping her create content when she didn't feel like it, and being the shoulder she cried on every single night. Fans were praising Moureen Ngigi left, right, and center, calling her the friend that we all need. Loyal personified. Comments were flooding in about how beautiful their friendship was and how Moureen Ngigi was setting the standard for true friendships like these. Let me tell you just how deep Moureen's support went during Jinanga's breakup. She cancelled her own content plans to be there for Jinanga. She turned down some collaborations as her details are coming from very close sources because she didn't want to leave her friend alone. She even faced backlash from some of Vinny Flava's fans who thought that she was taking sides, and after she was blamed with her partner by then Commentator for apparently being the rock behind the breakup between Jinanga and Vinny Flava. Moureen would post Instagram stories encouraging G, sharing throwback photos and videos of their friendship, and basically becoming Jinanga's personal cheerleader and bodyguard. The support was so intense that some fans joked that Moureen loved Gee Nganga more than Vinny Flava ever did. They were calling their friendship the real love story and saying that platonic soulmates like them were rare than romantic ones. But here is the shocking part that nobody saw coming, and this is where our story takes a dramatic turn that will leave you questioning everything. While Moureen Ngigi was busy being the perfect friend to Jinanga, her own relationship with Commentator 254 was quietly falling apart because the irony is almost too painful to believe. Throughout 2025, there were subtle signs that all was not well in the paradise for Moureen Ngigi and Commentator. Fans noticed that their joint content was becoming less frequent. Their social media interactions seemed forced. Their chemistry that once made them YouTube's favorite couple was slowly fading away. But Moureen, being a very private person, she kept the struggles all to herself. She didn't want to burden anyone with her problems, especially not Jinanga, who was dealing with her own heartbreak. So she suffered in silence, putting on a brave face for the cameras while her own world was crumbling. The cracks started showing more obviously in early August. Moureen made some concerning comments during a podcast appearance on August 4th of 2025, where she opened up about trust issues in her relationships. Fans who were paying attention could sense something was curiously wrong, but most people were still focused on Jinanga's recovery from her breakup. Then came the bombshell no one saw coming. Just 2 weeks ago, in the late August 2025, Commentator 254 and Moureen Ngigi released a joint statement that shattered the whole internet. The statement was very professional, mature, and heartbreaking all at once. After more than 3 years together and with a beautiful son between them, they announced they were going their separate ways. The focus, they said, would be on co-parenting with love and respect. But you could read between the lines, this wasn't an amicable we grew apart situation. This was a painful end to what everyone thought was a perfect relationship. Moureen Ngigi's world had completely collapsed and she needed her friend more than ever. The timing couldn't have been worse. Just months after being Jinanga's rock during her breakup, Moureen Ngigi has found herself in the exact same position, heartbroken, vulnerable, and needing someone to lean on. Fans immediately started wondering, where was Jinanga? Surely she would rush to Moureen's side the way Moureen Ngigi had rushed to hers. But here is where this story becomes absolutely mind-blowing and heartbreaking at the same time. As the news of Moureen Ngigi's breakup spread across social media and fans flooded her comment section with support and love, as the entertainment blogs picked up the story, Jinanga was nowhere to be found. No supportive Instagram stories, no comforting comments on Moureen's post, no collaborative content to show solidarity, nothing. The silence was so loud and it was deafening. Fans started noticing immediately within hours of the breakup announcement. The comment section were filled with questions. Where is Jinanga? Why isn't Jinanga supporting Moureen Ngigi? What happened to their friendship? The contrast was so stark, it was almost unbelievable. Remember, when Gee was going through her breakup, Moureen was posting about it within minutes, showing up at her house, creating joint content to distract her from the pain. She was a contestant, visible presence in Jinanga's healing journey. But now, when Moureen Ngigi needed that same energy, that same support, that same unwavering loyalty, Jinanga was completely missing in action. It was like she had vanished into thin air, right when her best friend needed her the most. That is when the detectives began working, and trust me, the fans have not held back. They have started creating side-by-side comparisons, showing Moureen Ngigi's support during Jinanga's breakup versus Jinanga's silence during Moureen Ngigi's breakup. The evidence is so damning. Screenshots after screenshots showed Moureen's constant presence during Jinanga's difficult time. Story after story posts, comment after comment, Moureen had been everywhere showing her support for Gee, but when it came to Gee's response to Moureen's situation, crickets. The comparison post started going viral, and the internet has a lot to say about it. Comments started pouring in like, so Jinanga can receive support but can't give it. Moureen Ngigi deserves better than this fake friend. This is why you can't trust anyone in this industry. Gee really showed her true colors. The hashtag "Where is Jinanga" has already started trending on TikTok, and it isn't in a good way. People are furious about what they saw as massive betrayal of friendship. The loyalty that Moureen had shown was being compared to the silence that Jinanga was displaying, and the contrast is very brutal. But wait, there is more. As fans are digging deeper into Jinanga's recent activity, they discovered something even more shocking. Not only was Jinanga not supporting Moureen publicly, but she seems to be actively avoiding any mention of the situation altogether. While other content creators in their circles are posting supportive messages for Moureen Ngigi, fans are rallying around her, with the entire YouTube community, which was sending love her way. Gee's social media looked like they existed in completely different universe. She was posting her regular content, promoting her collaboration, sharing her daily activities, acting like nothing has happened to one of her closest friends. The tone deafness is staggering. Some fans have even started speculating that maybe there was drama between that the public didn't know about. Others wondered if Gee was jealous of the support Moureen had shown her and didn't want to return the favor. The theories are getting wilder and wilder, but that is not even the most shocking part. Here is where the story begins to get even more dramatic. While Moureen is dealing with her breakup largely alone, posting brave faces on social media but clearly struggling, Jinanga is not only silent but seemed to be thriving. New collaborations were being announced, and to make matters worse, the person that has been solidly behind Jinanga's viral reels and posts is Commentator, calling himself as the super director and brains behind the shooting and the editing of Jinanga's video deals. This brings us to the heart of the matter, the loyalty question that has everyone talking. What does it mean to be loyal to a friend? Is loyalty something that should be reciprocated, or is it something you give freely without expecting anything in return? Moureen has shown the world that unconditional loyalty looks like. She has supported Jinanga without asking for anything in return, without keeping scores, without expecting the same energy back. She has been the definition of a selfish friend. But now that the tables were turned, the absence of that same loyalty from Jinanga was raising very uncomfortable questions about the nature of their friendship. Has Moureen Ngigi's support been taken for granted? Had Jinanga ever truly valued what she was receiving? The situation was forcing everyone to examine their own friendship and ask themselves, am I giving as much as I am receiving? Do I show up for my friends the way they show up for me? The lesson is clear: be the friend you would want to have, support the people who support you, and remember that your actions reveal your character more than your words ever could. This is today's explosive breakdown of Jinanga's loyalty scandal. Make sure you subscribe for more drama, more truth, and more accountability in the world of content creation. Until next time, keep it real and remember, loyalty matters.